From crazy wildfires to a pandemic that nobody will ever forget to police brutality, 2020 has been a crazy year so far, as I think everybody can agree. Cursed, crazy, one thing after another are some ways that people have explained it so far. This year has honestly brought out the worst of people. Over the next few minutes, I will be talking about something that should not have happened, and because of the ways that people have handled it by not giving up on finding justice for this man, has brought attention to police brutality for the better. The death of George Floyd is one thing that happened this year that will change the world forever. Police brutality has always been an issue, but this one specific death that should not have happened has caused riots, protests, and people fighting for justice for this man. George Floyd was not resisting arrest, nor was he hostile or violent in any way towards the officers. A store employee called 911 on Floyd because he bought cigarettes with a fake $20 bill. Being a new employee, he was not aware that Mr. Floyd was a regular customer and was just following protocol. According to BBC News, the first officer that was on scene, Thomas Lane, approached Floyd's car and drew his gun, ordering Floyd to show his hands. It is not clear why Lane felt he should have drawn the gun to begin with. So Lane started the arrest in an already hostile and uncomfortable environment, and then it started to escalate. A struggle started to pursue once the officers tried to put Floyd in squad car. Floyd fell to the ground and told the officers he was claustrophobic. While he was on the floor, whenever Mr. Chauvin put his knee between his neck and his head and kept it there for 7 minutes and 46 seconds, killing Mr. Floyd. The officers mocked and told him to stop talking as he was pleading and telling them he could not breathe. As much as he gasped for air and his bystanders started to tell the officers that he could not breathe, Derek Chauvin did not release pressure off of his neck. Floyd said things such as, "Please, please, please, you're going to kill me, man, and I can't breathe," but the officers didn't listen. The only acknowledgement he got while he was getting murdered is his murderer telling him, "Then stop talking, stop yelling. It takes a heck of a lot of oxygen to talk." Officer Quinn was convinced to check Floyd's pulse, and even after saying he could not find one, his partner did not get off Mr. Floyd. After Floyd passed away, people believed the officers did not get enough punishment for murder. This started a protest, and the protest started off as peaceful, but police as well as some people started to make it violent. This turned some protests into riots. According to New York Times, there was protests in at least 140 cities, and the National Guard had been sent to at least 21 states. Officers were firing rubber bullets and using tear gas to stop protests, even the peaceful ones. This is what made people want to start riots, want to destroy cities, and want to start to be violent. So a man got murdered by a police officer. Someone who was supposed to protect and serve killed a man that was pinned to the floor, unable to defend himself. George Floyd's death should not have ever happened. However, it has opened eyes to police brutality, and the fact that this happens more than we think is not okay. The man was killed over a counterfeit $20 bill, pinned to the floor pleading, "I can't breathe," while an officer kneeled on his neck, killing him. This should have never happened. This left a woman without a husband and a baby without a father, as well as the rest of his family and friends grieving for his loss. In conclusion, George Floyd has a baby girl named Gianna, and there is a GoFundMe for her to have extra money for college and anything else she needs. So if you can, I'm sure every dollar is much appreciated. Thank you.